Life.
Hey loves, I'm stopping by really quickly just to let you guys know about my new merchandise that I recently put out. You guys asked and I delivered. You can now pick up your Pick Me Nation t-shirts, you guys. I also have Winter is Here merchandise. And I also have Who You Want, Gotta Want You t-shirts as well. So make sure you go and support. It is the holiday times. Definitely go pick up a shirt or a mug for your mother, your fathers, your sisters, brothers, your husband, wife. Make sure you go and support. I have those shirts available now. What's up, YouTube? It's your girl DeeDee. Welcome back to the channel. So I am back with another reaction video for you guys. Listen, before we hop into the video, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. If you like the content, it is free to subscribe, share, and like the video, and turn on that notification bell to be notified when I upload new content, all right? And make sure you leave your thoughts and your comments in the comment section. I definitely want to hear what you have to say. So this comes from Corey Holcomb, you guys. Shout out to Corey Holcomb. Corey Holcomb asks, why is it so hard to find a good woman? So I want to play what he had to say, and I want to know if you guys agree with him or if you disagree. I want to know your thoughts on this topic, and then I'll give my 2 cents, of course, of what I think and give my opinion. So make sure you chime in. I want to hear your thoughts on this one, and shout out to Corey Holcomb once again. Let's get into the video.
Why do you think it's so hard to find a good woman?
I
would love for anybody in here to answer that. Why do you think it's hard to find a good woman?
Man, I could give
Wee.
I would love to hear what D has to say about it.
Me? I don't know about finding a woman. It's probably about the same as finding a decent dude, I guess.
I know what the
Times have
reason
changed.
is.
and all
Please
that.
tell me then, Craig, because D copping out.
It's science, man. It's called decision-making fatigue.
Craig got another good one here.
It's called
Decision-making fatigue?
decision-making fatigue is the actual thing. The brain is only capable of making so many good choices in a day. And human beings aren't supposed to be in societies with this many people and this many decisions in front of them.
Yeah, and I get what he's saying. And too many options. There's too many options, especially with social media and, you know, people swiping left, swiping right or whatever, swiping up, swiping down. Like it appears to be so many options on social media, especially when it comes to women. Women think that they have a whole lot of options. Like, you know, women outnumber men, but women still think that because of social media, because it's easier for men to just come in your DMs and, you know, tell you what they want to tell you and make you feel special and all of that good stuff, you think that you have more options than you actually do. So then when, you know, you go out into the real world, you realize those options aren't as vast. And so people tend to go back to social media as a way to get the attention, you know, that they crave, thinking that those are real opportunities when a lot of times they're really not. And then the opportunities that they do have in the real world, they don't want, because social media has hyped them up and made them think that they're actually better than what they are, because they got a lot of people DMing them and saying how beautiful they are. So it kind of boosts their ego a bit and make them believe that, hey, I have all these options. I don't have to settle. Whenever I'm ready to pick one, it's available. But then the ones that they try to pick don't really want them. And they realize they're not really getting that attention in the real world, and you know that it's just superficial, and then they start to wonder why, you know, or question why they don't have a man, and you know, they're not getting the outcomes because of the attention that they're getting on social media. You know what I'm saying? It's like too many options. It appears to be too many options on social media, but in real life it's really not. Let's continue.
On a daily, we probably make 500-600 decisions and we're not even aware of it. If we were in a different society, you know, we may have 2 women to choose from,
village or
2
whatever,
jobs
right.
to choose from, you know, 2 or 3 real problems that we have to solve on a daily. But us, we hop in our car, we in and out of traffic, we got to solve those problems. We got to find parking spaces. Then we got to figure out what we going to eat. Then we got to figure out what we going to wear. All these are decisions that cause decision-making fatigue. You know, at the turn of the century, most men had 1 pair of jeans, 1 suit, one you know, one to go to the gym in or whatever. A closet would be 4-5 outfits.
I like that.
But as soon as you go to your outfit, you probably got 500 pairs of shoes. I got another 200. It's decision making fatigue. Humans are destroying destroying their lives and their quality of living because they're making too many decisions on a day.
Well, you can attribute part of that to social media. Once again, social media has made people think that they have more options than they really do when it comes to dating and relationships. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, of course, when it comes to, purchasing things and buying things, a lot of, people have more options and they choose more and you have more than what you need. But when it comes to dating and relationships, to me, it's a facade. Social media has definitely messed up the dating pool, in my opinion, and has caused, especially women. I think men understand that, most men understand that they may not have a whole lot of options, and but women, on the other hand, they're all 10s, and they're told that, hey, you have to pick of the litter. You can choose who you want until it's time, to choose who you want, and when it's not that you don't get who you really want, and then it becomes a problem. So yeah, I think it appears to be too many options, too many choices, then you end up with nothing. When you have way more options than you need, you don't know what to pick, how to pick, and then you usually end up with nothing. And that's what we're seeing when it comes to dating. Let's continue.
Daily basis.
I heard that. I agree. That sounds good. And the internet didn't help. That added to that chaos.
Right.
So.
I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. The reason it's hard to find a good woman is because a good woman is somewhere being a good woman. It's simply put, like, a good woman is somewhere being a good woman. That's why you don't see them in the club half naked, sweated out in the summertime. That's why you don't see them on a podcast or on TV somewhere talking about, let me tell you something. Oh, yeah. That ain't no good woman. That woman for the streets.
I agree.
When you run across a good woman, it was luck. You happen to stumble across a good woman. You better try to get her and keep her. It ain't that many of them.
Yeah, man.
Most of them have a history of washing up in strange people places. I'm just keeping it a buck with you, man. It ain't easy to find a good woman because they not over there where you thought they was. You're not finna go to, goddamn it. Let me give an example of what you might think. Do you think it's any good women at the strip club?
Listen, look, this is not the entire video. This is where the video basically stops. But I think Corey is saying, no, you're not going to find good women at the strip club. Most men don't believe that they're going to find good women at the strip club. I'm just saying, let's be honest. Most women who are good women are not going to be found at the strip club. Now, I'm not saying that you're not a good person if you're at the strip club or if you're stripping in the street. You might be a good person, but are you a good woman for a man when it comes to relationships and building a life with? That's probably not what men are they're not gonna go to the club looking for those women there. They're just not. Most women who are about family and really building a relationship with a man, you're not going to find them in the strip clubs. That's just the truth. It's not a dig or anything at women who are in the strip clubs, but that's not where you go to look for wholesome women who want to be wives and raise children. I'm just saying, that's not where you go to look for them. And so I think Corey, he has a point. The good women are not where you typically looking. They're not going to be in the clubs. They're not going to be out in any type of club. They're not going to be, outside like that. And, and sometimes, that's why it's probably difficult to find them. A lot of the good women are in their homes, in their apartments, living their lives. They don't go out much. That's why it might be difficult to find them. They're not, looking for attention. They're not all over the place. They're minding their business, living their life, and, hoping one day that a good man will find them. And so, yeah, that might be part of the reason why they're difficult to find. And I also think that the women who might be good women are standing too close to the women that are not marriage material or women who are looking for relationships. I think a lot of times, people think that if, that's the saying, birds of a feather flock together. So if you might have a good girlfriend that you were raised with and she's a good person and y'all are friends, but she might be, a little 3 or 4-ish, you know what I'm saying, out there, and you're not, but because that's your friend, you are considered a 304 by association, that because you are with her, men look at you the way they look at her. And they look at you in a way, thinking that you're the way she is, and they don't take you seriously. And so I think that could be part of the reason as well. You have women who will be good wives and good mothers, but they're surrounding themselves around other women who kind of bring their value down. And I think you have to be very mindful of that. You can have your friends. I'm not saying you can't have your friends, but you have to be mindful of who you associate with, who you are seen with in public. Because once again, you could be considered guilty by association. Perception is everything. What the way you present yourself, who you surround yourself around, can very well give people a negative impression of who they think you are. And that's unfortunate that it happens that way, but it's just a way of life. Perception is everything. And if you're perceived a certain way based on your behavior or the company you keep, that could very well be the reason why a man might look at you and look past you as a potential option for serious relationships. And the same thing when it comes to, just dating in general. So I just think, yeah, there are good women, but I do think a lot of the women who will be marriage minded and women that you will want as mothers for your children are probably already that. They've already been scooped up. And a lot of the women that are out here now, I'm not saying that all women are bad, but I think a lot of these women are influenced by the women that are left over. They're influenced by the women that are left and what social media tells them is acceptable for a mate. And so they're going off of those talking points and off of what the other Bonnet Crew society members are telling them that they should expect and look for from a man. And I think it's hindering their progress. So that's what I think about it. And I think, yeah, you just gotta, and then you gotta, ask yourself, what is a good woman to you? What type of woman it would be considered a good woman for you? Because I think, every man may not look at what they consider a good woman the same way, because what each man is looking for may be different. Maybe what he wants from a woman is different from the next man, and what is considered good for him may be considered, may not be considered good for the next. So you got to find somebody who has the qualities that you are willing to accept and the qualities that you deem as good for you. Not by anybody else's standards, but by your standards. So what is a good woman to you, and does she have the qualities that you want for you? Because that's not the same for every person. So yeah, I just think, I do think good women still exist. I think they're probably not outside, and they're probably not where you can see them, and that makes it seem as if they're none available, but they're not in the clubs, they're not out, a lot of them are at home, so that could be the issue. But listen, I want to know your thoughts. Do you guys think that there are still good women left? Let me know. Comment, like, subscribe, you guys, share, hit that bell, all that good stuff. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.